Good evening. Welcome to Spirit Talk for Thursday night, the 7th of February, 2019. And my name's Lou Martin, and I'm a channel and a student of consciousness. And thank you for being here. It's great to be with you. There are just some things that are happening that are either very good or very interesting that I want to get on and share with you. And trying to get back in my groove with my little schedule here. I hope you're all doing very well. Three or four things are on my mind here today. One is I want to talk about the ketogenic diet. I've been on this healing diet for over 2 months now, and it really is extremely healing, and it's been very, very good for me. So I just want to share a little bit about that. I was on a diet of coffee and pizza and pasta and beans and rice with little veg thrown in there, and a salad every once in a while. But my body about 2 months ago said you need to make some changes. So actually, it was Declan Sinnott who told me about the diet over the summer, and I was not having any of it. His son also is a food expert, is a farmer, and he has a stand at the farmers market here. I think Stephen did a great interview in West Cork Weekly, or one of those freebie magazines that I read at the coffee shop there one day. But anyway, the ketones is what your body creates when you're fasting. And what I was doing, which I did not know, with my high carb caffeine diet, was my insulin, my blood sugar, my energy was going up and down based on what I was eating and drinking. And what I got inspired to do is to do what's called intermittent fasting. And so in intermittent fasting, what you're doing is you want to get past the 16-hour mark since you've had a meal. So if I would have my meal at 6 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock the next morning is 12 hours, add 4 hours to that, and you come to 10 a.m. So anything after 10 a.m. Would be the golden time, and that would be when my metabolism would be at maximum detox and healing. And for about 2 months, I was pretty much able, without much struggle or strain or hunger, to make it to the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, this kind of thing, and then have my lunch, dinner, usually dinner, and then I added a lunch, and sometimes I would do a breakfast, but rarely. Anyway, the effect of that has been that I've lost weight, I feel better, I have better energy, but the thing I really want to talk about in my little circle here is my thinking. My consciousness is a lot calmer and a lot more peaceful in general. I have my ups and downs, but it really is well worth knowing about. So some of the things that I'm doing now, I've cut out coffee, dairy, grains, and sugar for the last 2.5 months, 2 months and a week. And my health is improving. What I'm doing daily now are things like herbal teas, green tea, mint tea, ginger tea, these kinds of drinks, turmeric as a drink, turmeric on most of my meals, turmeric with black pepper, turmeric with putting a pepper, but also really good quality sea salt for the minerals onto my food, etc. Let me think what else. Apple cider vinegar, just had a shot of that. Celery juice, fresh celery juice in the mornings, that is very, very good, etc. almond, unroasted, unsweetened almond milk instead of cow's milk, etc. Goat's cheese instead of cow cheese, etc. So it is a slow process, but it's definitely been very, very good. And then just tonight, my new friend here, Michelle Mullet, she and I wanted to do a healing group. She's a very gifted healer, and so we put the call out. Nobody was able to join us, but so she worked her magic on me. Powerful, powerful healing. Thank you, Michelle. It was a pleasure to receive that, and you're one of the angels in our world here. So hopefully Michelle and I will create another opportunity for people who really are needing some powerful healing energy. She's a very good channel of healing energy, and a very kind and gentle and caring soul. So that's that. Yeah, they want to talk a little bit about politics here tonight. Well, the other thing that really inspired me to get on is to talk about Gabor Mate. So Gabor Mate, that's not a protein shake. That is the name of this extraordinarily wise, loving, gifted, and insightful medical doctor, author, and speaker and teacher. He's 74 by my reckoning, and you wouldn't know it. And he was on an interview with Tim Ferriss. Tim has a podcast from the States, and when I saw that they had done 2 hours and 20 minutes together, I thought, well, I have to check this out. So I checked out a shorter interview, amazing. The longer interview, really incredible. Gabor has understanding and insight into the core emotional healing that most human beings in the modern world are struggling with. And one of his focuses as a physician has been to work with addiction. And actually, he was here in Cork. I think Mayhall brought him out over the summer as well. I'm sorry I missed that, because if I had seen this interview beforehand, I would have gladly gone to hear him speak in person. But do check out his writing, Gabormate. He's got a lot of YouTube videos and does a lot of talks. But boy, it's been quite a while since I've heard a Western physician who was so metaphysical, so spiritual, so compassionate, and so soulful would be the word there. And the two of them together, Tim, as I suppose, Tim Ferriss wrote The 4-Hour Work Week, which is a radical paradigm, which we all aspire to, I'm sure. But Tim is a very bright guy. He's invested in a lot of very successful startup projects and has made a fortune. But he's very good at finding good teachers and good speakers and doing interviews with them. So Tim Ferriss, Gabor Mate. The other thing I want to mention here tonight is the State of the Union address, such as it was in the States, and Emperor Trump, as we like to say here, doing his performance, beating on his chest, Mussolini style. The couple things, Adam Schiff and Jerome Nadler and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Eric Swalwell and some of these names which you might be familiar with are starting to have the testimonies from all the interviews that Trump and his staff, or Trump's staff, did before Congress over the last 2 years, and now all of that has been sent to Robert Mueller and his investigation. So the charge for lying to Congress is perjury or things like that. So we're going to really start seeing some things get very interesting very quickly, and as Nancy Pelosi said, it's not polite to threaten Congress when you're the president of the United States. But that didn't seem to stop Donald Trump, who truly knows no shame in any area or any venture that he's ever undertaken in this lifetime. Bless his heart. So the fight is about to really be joined in terms of the law and who will stand and who will fall. And while all that madness is continuing apace, then we have all the women who had been elected to Congress in memory of the suffragettes wore white, dressed in all white, which is a powerful, a powerful symbol, and visualization. But statement is the word I'm looking for. There we go. Is a powerful statement that of innocence, purity, goodness, these kinds of energies. And it is once again another sign that the times they are changing and that the women are really coming into their power. So I didn't see the whole speech. I couldn't imagine a more terrible fate than having to watch all of that. But I did see that Trump made some statement about how women's employment is rising, something like this. Women are doing better economically, etc. And they all the women took that as a cue to stand and to cheer themselves and to cheer the women of America and of the world. And it was a really, really powerful, beautiful moment. So expect more of that to come, absolutely. And now there are 5 women who have, this is a good segue, thank you, 5 women who have thrown their hat into the ring, as we say, to run for the Democratic nomination. I wish them all every success. One of them, who's still on the fence, doing an exploratory process, is our own Marianne Williamson. And Marianne is a force to be reckoned with. I watched a few of her interviews, and she did a TED Talk in Berkeley, and these were just amazing. Her knowledge of history is faultless, and her ability to tell a story is brilliant, and her her passion and her conviction as a speaker of truth, justice, courage, commitment, all the very best qualities that we know and love in the American ideals that we all grew up under. She speaks to it and she calls it forth, and she's changing just by what she's doing right now. She's been on CNN and CBS, I think, but she's changing the level of the conversation about the maturity of the kind of conversation that we need to have. Suddenly, there's a grown-up in the room talking about real life and death issues, talking about reparations for Black Americans about slavery. Amazing. Talking about a peace department instead of a war department. These kinds of things. Talking about global warming, climate change. All of these kinds of things. So I'm so grateful to her for what she's done so far. She's had a 35-year career as a speaker on the Course in Miracles, and she's had 4 #1 New York Times bestsellers out of her 7 books, and she's got a new book coming out this year about the American dream. I don't recall the title. Anyway, Marianne is really kicking out the jams as well. So here's to you, Marianne. God bless you. So there's that. And then there is this incredibly fearless and also amazingly brilliant and well-read lady, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. AOC, as they're starting to call her. She's already got like a rap nickname. If you don't know AOC yet, you've got something to look forward to, because she is the real deal. And the first day she was in Congress, she was standing outside of Nancy Pelosi's office with about 100 people who were sitting in protesting climate change, and she was cheering them on and telling them why they all needed to be there. So, yeah, watch this space, as a friend of mine likes to say. So let's see, what else? Keto, Gabor, Marianne, Alexandria. La 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 la. Was there anything else? Yeah, no, I guess that's about it. Yeah. Where are we here? So I guess I'll finish up doing a little channeling tonight. My schedule is that I will have a women's circle Saturday at 6 o'clock, and I'm going to promote that tomorrow in particular, and an Artist Way group Sunday at 7, and I've put out for a Zoom Q&A Sunday at 8, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. And as always, thank you for your interest in what I do in one-to-one sessions and donations to support what I do if you're inspired to do that. If you don't have a copy of my ebook, The Invitation, please let me know and I'll send you one. It's a €4 donation for that. If you can manage that, that's all very welcome. I'm working on a lot of things over the weekend, website, music, the next ebook, yeah, these kinds of things. So it's great to be here with you. Yeah, you're all in my thoughts and prayers. So let's finish up with a little channeling, and I'll turn off the light here. Yeah. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. Oh, there we go. God bless. Right, dear friends, here we come. One more time. God bless you indeed. Take a deep breath. Relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release. Dear friends, coming into a beautiful quiet space inside of yourself. Dear friends, imagine you're standing in a beautiful starry night on a lovely hill or mountainside overlooking the city. Dear friends, imagine that it's a beautiful city with the lights below, and that you feel you're standing at the boundary between the city and the country. God bless you, dear friends. Take a deep breath. And you know that if you were to head in one direction, you would find restaurants and music and bookshops and people, cinemas and all those beautiful things that are a part of the city at night, yeah. And if you were to head in another direction, you would find nature and the quiet part of the world, yeah, dear friends, yeah. The houses surrounded by the beauty of the country. Dear friends, in your life, you're provided with many opportunities to choose what you believe, how deeply you believe it, and if it's true for you right now. The people in the city have particular focuses, particular agendas, particular responsibilities, and are involved in a very fast pace of life and a very intense pace of life at times. Yeah, it feels like everyone is creating and moving and interacting and going somewhere and doing something very important. Yeah, in the country, there's a greater sense of ease for the most part. Yeah, and a greater sense of quiet, and for the most part, dear friends, and a greater sense of being more connected to nature. As you stand with a foot in each world, looking at the city, the nature behind you, the country behind you, you look up and you see that there's one sky for both worlds. And in that beautiful sky, there may be a moon. There certainly are clouds and stars, dear friends. And there is a sense that you live in one world that has many beautiful parts to it, and many challenging parts as well. So we just ask you in a moment like this to send your love to the world and appreciate what you have created. All the variety, all the choices, all the individuals, all the cultures, all the religions, all the spiritual paths, all the resources of water, food, earth, and air, and dear friends, the lights below and the lights above, and the gentle lights behind you. Take a deep breath. And begin to realize that you are the light, dear friends. That in your clarity, wisdom, and love, you carry the light of spirit within your heart. And though it may not always be visible in such an obvious form as the lights around you, it is, if anything, eternal, never ending, never ceasing. Though there may be moments in life when the light within you feels dim or feels to grow dim, when you allow yourself to find once again your path, your purpose, your passion, your heart begins to expand, your spirits begin to lift, your mind begins to focus, and you find that light within. Take a deep breath. Imagine if you could reach into your heart and hold that light in your hands. And imagine if you could offer that light to those that are searching and seeking inspiration, faith, compassion, hope, creativity, joy, understanding, love. Take a deep breath and let that light from your hands, your heart, let that light go floating into the world. And let that light bless and greet those that are of your future, those that you as a light worker are seeking to connect with, searching for opportunities to love, wanting a greater experience of your oneness. Take a deep breath. And below that light, and let that light go in all directions, to the city, to the country, to the heavens, to the earth. Let that light of your heart, soul, and spirit go to those that you are seeking to connect with. And know that in moments such as this, when spirit is most available to you, you are creating a new world. You are creating a new path. You are creating a new dream. Give thanks. Celebrate that dream. Bless those that you will meet on this journey home. It is so, and so it is. Take a deep breath. We let it be. We love you. All is well for you and those that you love. You are safe, loved, and supported. Be at peace. We will meet again. Peace and blessings. Namaste. God bless you. All my love. Peace.